clinch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round. We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Carry now for Kareem Hunt, and he'll be knocked down sideways. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers who can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
And not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss. Play action. Now Trubisky. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
Now this is playoff football. I mean, what a big-time tackle. Perfectly executed. Well, a little extra emphasis there.
And got him for a loss as well. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Here's Trubisky. And this one is incomplete. Zay Jones was the intended receiver. And it's third down. They were trying to liven up this playoff game very early on. Pretty deep throw, but good coverage.
I think they were counting on the defenders being a little tight, a little over-anxious early, and trying to catch them flat-footed and get a big play.
And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on third down.
Let's go! Green,
From the gun, it's Trubisky. Over the middle, that's caught by Taylor. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Just a 5-yard pickup, but it leads to fourth down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. J.J. Watt. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. And they'll start this drive with very good field position. Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Cameron Jordan able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of a yard. Well, it was second long. Now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Now a play fake, and it's Newton. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. And Cam Newton's not coming off the field. He'll keep the offense out to go for it on fourth. They snap it to Newton. And Robinson with a big catch. They'll get 23 yards there. And it's good for a New York first down. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it, it seems almost effortless.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. On first down, they run with Howard. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
And they're going to go soft on the corners. They fake the give. Newton. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Miles Jack coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. He didn't get rid of the football there, took the sack, although that's easier said than done. He can't just chuck the thing sideways into the seats.
No, he really can't because you're not afforded total protection as a quarterback. You have to get outside of the tackle boxes as defined by the NFL, meaning wherever your tackles operate normally, get outside of that, and the ball that you throw has to get back to at least the line of scrimmage. Otherwise, you face an intentional grounding call.
Third and long, it's Newton. Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. So the folks here in the stands this afternoon, they're happy about that one. Their guys get the early advantage after the opening drive field goal.
And they should be happy. Their guys look good getting down the field, and that's got to give them hope that good things are in store here today.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
They'll run again with Hunt. And he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks. Right on the 30-yard line. They'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. third down. Trubisky. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. Clock running, under a minute to go now here in a fast-moving first quarter. They go play action with Trubisky. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's second down. Second down here after the incomplete pass. And they're definitely showing blitz here. Here's Trubisky to throw. Now he's flushed out left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And I know it seems like we say this a lot in broadcast booths, but a quarterback can hold on to the football too long in these situations. I think he did right there.
Oh, I agree with you totally. Sometimes you have to understand situations. Get rid of the football, save some yardage to make it less to gain for the next down. Instead, he was so hipped on ball security, he held on to it and took a big sack.
Let's see what they draw up here. Third and long following the sack of Trubisky. Now Trubisky. And he's going to go down again.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Giants with a football here as we begin quarter number 2. They've got it 1st and 10 inside their own 20-yard line. They go with Howard to begin the drive. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
On second down, here's Newton. Hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. And he gets this one up just shy of the 35 to the 34. A good pickup there of 20 yards. On 1st and 10, Newton. Flushed out right. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Now Howard. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Third and 2, Newton. And he will have a man, Demaryius Thomas. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 23 yards on the play. On the toss play, Howard. He spins free. And not much running room. Down to the 32. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
I would say that's what you call a whole lot for a little, huh?
When you bust that move out of the bag, you hope for more than 4 yards, but hey, 4 is what he got.
Right there. All day, baby. Double tight, double tight. That's it, ready? Hey. You got three down.
This is Howard on second down. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down. Here's Newton. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. They get 9 yards there, and they get a first down. On the handoff, this is Howard. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Here's Newton now on second down. He almost had it. The big D lineman nearly had an interception. Instead, it falls down incomplete.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
The Giants on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. A shotgun snap for Newton. Forced out to his left. And incomplete here on third down.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. And the kick by Elliott is good. And that will make it 6-0. And, Charles, they get the field goal. Took him a dozen plays, though.
Work with me on this one. You know what I'm about to say, right? Bend but don't break. That's what came into play here for the defense. 12 plays were run at them. They only gave up 3 points. In a lot of ways, that's a win for the defense.
Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Here we go. Green, 39.
Looking to throw Trubisky on first down. Dancing to his left. And he's able to get up here to the 26. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Second down, here's Trubisky. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Levante David from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8. Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky. From the shotgun is Trubisky. That pressure gets to him again. Aaron Donald. He's the one to get in this time. And back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a 4th down. The Falcons send out their punter. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back with more NFC playoff action after this. The Falcons send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns. Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Dumps that off to his running back, Jordan Howard. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. Newton throwing again. This is Cobb with a catch right side. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. To the air again, Newton. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
That one didn't quite make it to the target, but that's not always a function of the strength of the arm of the quarterback, is it? Sometimes there's just too much pressure there. In any case, the ball doesn't arrive.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Throwing again is Newton. He's got his target. It's Cobb. 18 yards there and a 1st down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Flush to his right. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Back to the air, Newton on 2nd down. Eluding the pressure right. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Jordan Howard, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the 2nd half.
Elliott now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And here now come the Falcons. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. On first down, Trubisky. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. On first and 10, it's Trubisky. His throw incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
So the incomplete pass brings up second down. Again, it's Trubisky. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
The Falcons on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 3. Looking to throw again, Trubisky. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Now Cody Parkey out to try the field goal. This one from 48 yards away. And the kick is good. He needed a little help there from the crossbar, but the carom goes his way. And they will indeed get on the board here, but still trailing. It's now 13-3. So not the strongest of kicks we've seen him make, but he gets a favorable bounce, and it's 3 points all the same.
Yeah, that was one of those where he needed the 6-iron, but he pulled out the 9-iron. That one was run out of gas quickly, but he does manage to pop it over the bar.
And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
They'll begin the drive with Howard. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup, as we'll send you down the coast to Orlando, where we check in with our friend Larry Ridley and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry? Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators. They sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee you he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach. We can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. They go with Howard again. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
So it'll be first down here after the run. They pitch out to Howard. Oh, good footwork on the spin. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed, and he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
A give to Howard. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. No gain on the play there, second down. And when you're running the football, one thing you don't want to see is a big boy coming up there and swallow you whole in those D tackles and nose tackles.
No, you're actually counting on your big boys to protect you from them. But on that play, the defensive tackle had the leverage, and he won the battle. No gain, correct?
No gain. The Giants on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 14. From the gun, here's Newton. Escaping the pressure right. His throw caught at about the 5. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating? The guys who just gave up that play.
Third and long, it's Newton. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there. And in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And the lead stretches. 16-3 now. So 3 field goals for him here, and this last one helps him stretch out the lead.
And he's been solid as usual. And this is what you need to do. Make sure you get points out of every possession. And so far, they've done a nice job of that.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So we get set to start this third quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground.
Here we go.
Now it's Trubisky. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Trubisky will throw. Now he'll escape to his left. And he's got some space here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels.
All right, here we go. No. Check. Patriot. Leopard.
Now Trubisky on first down. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry? Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers.
Here we go now. Blue
90. 2nd and 10. It's Trubisky again. Throw taken in by Taylor, left side. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. The Falcons on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6.
Green 39.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. Now he's forced out left. He may try and run for this. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
We have so many different terms for third down, 3rd and short, 3rd and long, 3rd and manageable. How about 3rd and medium? Because that's what this one was. The defense looked like they had him hemmed in, but he gets away, evades the rush, and picks up just enough for the first down.
Here's Trubisky. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive.
Let's go.
They go play action. Trubisky looking for Sanders, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Obi Melifonwu, and they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
They toss left to Howard. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
I'd say the staff that's up in the booth watching the game, they may want to file that one away. See how fast the free safety closed to make that play? Might want to check into a throw the next time.
To throw on second down is Newton. Flushed out right. Looking deep for Gabriel. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down. They got the win last week despite not having any interceptions. Tried to come up with one there, could not. But there's a stat category called PBU, pass breakup. That's important too, and they got one.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because at least you're there, knocking the ball away. Offense isn't possessing it, making plays downfield. And you just continue to harass the receivers, harass the quarterback, and maybe the big play does occur down the road.
20.
On first down, it's Newton. Flush to his right. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
This defense could use some more of these types of plays. How about him reading it, driving on the football, and he's right there for the pass breakup.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10. And the D-line pinching together, must be expecting to run. Throwing is Newton. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. It's the Giants with the football and also the lead as we get set to start quarter number 4. And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
Wake up. Check three. Let's go. Gun. Set. Like 80. Come on now.
Newton on first down. Steps away to his left. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. 10 yards still left on second down. Throwing again. Newton. He leaves this one for Howard. A good pickup there at 22. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this fourth quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
Again, Newton. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
On second down, here's Newton. They'll set up the screen to Howard, and they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third. Now, that screen there on second down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying it is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on third down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
Now Newton on third and goal. Buying time to his left. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th. So out comes the field goal team once more. And Elliott puts this one through. And that will swell the lead to 16. So they settle for just the 3 there, but clearly anything helps when you're trying to salt one away here in the 4th.
Without a doubt, I think a touchdown would have been the final nail. But 3 does give him some breathing room and lets him build up a little cushion.
This is taken at his 4. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Decent start there to the drive. Big hill to climb, needing 2 touchdowns, also a 2 two-point conversion.
So, partner, how do you eat an elephant?
I don't eat an elephant. Who eats elephant?
But if you do it one bite at a time.
Okay.
That's the way they've got to play this. One play at a time. Yes, there's urgency, but they have to be careful as well.
Let's go with like a 50-ounce ribeye. One bite at a time.
All right, I'm with you.
Looking to throw Trubisky on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Aaron Donald in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
Here we go.
Now Trubisky to throw on 2nd. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. A good pickup there of 20 yards. From the shotgun is Trubisky. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20. 12 more yards there and another first down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
From the red zone now, here's Trubisky on first down. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
If he's their best threat on offense, use your #1 cover guy on defense. It doesn't matter about size.
They have had him locked up. That just his first catch of the game. Big reason why they're down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zay Jones that time. And it's 3rd and short.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
You're right, they have had no room to breathe. On 3rd down, that's Hunt. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Well, look at the clock. You're down 2 scores. Have to go for this, don't you?
And they thought that as soon as they took over possession. It didn't matter where they were on the field. They were always going to be in 4-down territory. Backed up, in good situation, it didn't matter. So they've been preparing for that on their play sheet the entire time.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. The decision to go for it pays off, and now they're set up 1st and goal. Out of the gun, Trubisky. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
New York set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Running with Howard. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Again, it's Howard. And he is going to be knocked flat on his back. Oh, a big hit right around the 26. And the Falcons going to use another timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. The Giants on 3rd down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This is 3rd and 9. Back to throw, Newton. And that's caught by Smith. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. Thomas, the man in motion left. They run with Howard. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. They'll run it now out of the gun. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner. And there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. Eluding the pressure right. And this is going to be incomplete.
I wonder, Brandon, I just wonder, you think maybe he was worried about where he was on the field? Was he far enough? Was he close enough to the 1st down sticks?
Absolutely. He was right there by him, and I think he was thinking 1st down before he caught that football.
Yeah, got to catch it first, because if you don't catch it, there's no chance of picking up a 1st down.
Here we go on fourth. Newton escaping the pressure right. And this is caught. Demaryius Thomas. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. So the D-line's going to spread out. They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. Touchdown, Giants. Jordan Howard, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Giants add on to their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a two-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to play.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Levante David in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
On second down, Trubisky being chased out left. And some room to roam now. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for third down.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on second down.
The Falcons on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Now it's Trubisky. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Now Trubisky to throw. And some room to work.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
And a great spot to start this drive from here. And to give this time to the tailback. Room here to run. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Into the fourth quarter now. The offense has got to feel like they've imposed their will and kind of taken the life out of the defense. And you can see it from the perspective of the guy carrying the football. Those holes have to look huge, similar to a great hitter. Seeing a ball come into the plate and he's in the zone, the ball looks like a beach ball to him. He's just smacking it over the wall. Now what you're seeing is a runner whose eyes are wide open, and he's envisioning a goal line.
Newton's going to throw it. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback has to slide and find open space to throw.
Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. And this will likely be the last play and wrap things up. Here's Newton now on second down. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And that will write a finish to this ball game. Their coaching staff, they were pretty adamant beginning of the year. Our goal is to get to the Super Bowl. Well, they made it to the playoffs. That's part one, but they fall a little bit short.
And to me, once again, it exemplifies just how difficult it is to not just make the playoffs, but to win games in the playoffs. So you can set your goals high, but if anything is off during that time, you have some key injuries or you just don't play well, you get a bad matchup where that team just has better strength than you in certain areas, this is how it ends. So I don't think it's a total loss of the season, but obviously didn't get where they wanted to go.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. The Giants are winners as we say so long from MetLife Stadium.